This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
So we've been best buddies for what, 45-ish years?
Yeah, something like that.
Was it?
What's 40 at least?
Okay.
40. Yeah, it is like 45 years.
And
yeah.
we've had ups, we've had downs, like any relationship does, right? You know. And I think that I know you well enough that I can call something out with you. Okay, it's something. I wouldn't necessarily call it a personality flaw. You could probably lump it in that bucket.
Okay. A less kind person may do so. But you would never do that.
But let's say if this was connections, I would say that you could connect the two here. On your Facebook, I have noticed you're a little arrogant and a little congratulatory.
Okay.
About your Wordle scores. Okay. And you're kind of a Wordle
snob.
Yeah, I was going to say douchebag, but I mean, you
douchebag. Wow, that's strong.
So you'll
I will also post when I get fives and sixes.
You don't make as much emphasis though with that, when you get like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah,
it's like the whole world's got to know that you got.
That's true.
You got a 2 or 3.
I usually get a 4, so I never post those. But if I get a 2 or a 1, I've gotten
a Wondle.
I've gotten that 6 times.
You've gotten 6 Wondles?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah, because I use a different word every day.
Yeah, but oh my god, the odds though are.
I know.
Wow, I've only.
So there's some douchebaggery right there, huh?
But yeah, and then like you'll respond to other people that did Wordle.
Yeah,
and you'll go, great job. I got it in 4 when they would have gotten it in like 5 or something.
Yeah. I don't do that. I don't do that.
I think part of the problem is whenever I see you get a 3, I get like a 5.
I think that's really the key here. I think that's the key.
But it just, and we're,
people notice that. I'll tell you, this is true. People notice when I get good scores on tough days. Yeah. Because I pick weird opening words. Okay. So I sometimes get very lucky. And that's it.
What are some of your
like starter? The other day? Here's what I do. I read the New York Times.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Snob. Go on.
And online. I read it online, and then if as I'm reading, if I see a 5-letter word, the first 5-letter word I see, I'll use.
Okay. But you wouldn't use apple because you wouldn't use 2 consonants.
No, I do. Like
really?
I used fluffy.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you get? What did you ultimately get on fluffy?
I don't remember. But I there are many of them like that where I'll just try.
So you have no strategy in the beginning?
No strategy.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to use irate.
I did too for a while.
And then it became, I think it was once a word.
It was.
And I didn't use it that one time, so I'm like, screw it.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well,
all right. I'm glad we've solved that.
Cleared the air there.
Problem.
Yeah, you're just, and when I get a crappy Wordle score, I've snoozed you on Facebook for 30 days.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
Because it's like a big middle finger to me.
Yeah.
Finger. F-I. No, that's 6 words. There's 6 letters.
It's time for Minutia Men.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie production on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
Do you get this? You have a subscription to the New York Times, right?
Yeah.
Do you then see the Wordle bot can you see how you compare to?
No, I never check it out.
Isn't there something? I don't subscribe, so I just do it for free. But isn't there some way that you can kind of compare if you do better than like the Wordle bot?
Could be. I never look at it.
Okay, well, now
if you knew how little time I actually spend on it, I just go in, I do it, and if it's not a 4, I post it. Like today, I got a 4, so I didn't post it.
What did I get today? This is we can. It was Lycan, right?
Yeah.
Right, because when the podcast comes out, nobody is.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me tell you.
This is fascinating. I'm sure everybody's just on the edge of their seats.
But I got a 6 because I did like linen.
Oh, so I beat you.
Oh,
okay.
See? There you go.
All right. You have any stories you want to
Okay,
tell?
so I am now totally justified in what I'm saying here. Favorite radio station in the 70s, Rick, out of Cincinnati. What would that be?
Oh, WKRP.
WKRP in Cincinnati is back. There's a real
show?
No, it's the real radio station in the Queen City. There's now on 97.7. It's called WKRP.
Fantastic.
Right. And the Andy, what was Andy
Andy Travis.
Right, played by Gary Sandy.
Yeah.
He introduces every morning. I'm sure it's on tape.
Right.
Or whatever it's called now. And so they're kind of doing a shtick. They're doing the WKRP.
Well, Venus Flytrap's still alive. Tim Reed. I know Johnny Fever's gone.
Yeah.
And I think Howard Hessman.
Didn't I have...
Yeah, Howard Hessman is dead. Yeah.
Didn't I have Venus Flytrap sign a 50th birthday card for you?
You did. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Tim Reed.
So here is something. First of all, let me ask you a question. Were you team Bailey or were you team Jennifer?
I was always team Bailey.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. I love the way they pretended like she was not the hottest thing in the world. Like, oh, poor little Bailey,
right.
who, this demure little, everyone sees what a hot babe she is.
Right,
am I right?
Right. Yeah, let's just say I turned my dial a few times thinking about Bailey back in high school.
Yeah, exactly. 45-minute nonstop music marathon.
Right. So 45 minutes. No, that wasn't happening then. I was this very short stop signs.
Right, exactly.
I got some trivia.
Okay.
It's not really a quiz, so don't dig out the audio, okay? What was WKRP's number on the dial?
It's like 670 or something like that, or
550 on your dial.
All
okay.
right.
Before becoming station manager, what was Arthur Carlson's previous job?
Was he a funeral director?
No.
Oh.
He managed his mother's parking lots.
I knew it had something to do with his mother.
Right.
Yeah.
What rock song did Dr. Johnny Fever famously play backwards on the air while joking about hidden satanic messages?
Was it Strawberry Fields?
No. Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
Well, you're not doing very good.
No, I'm not.
What was the name of the little dog that Herb Tarlick constantly talked about and treated like royalty?
I have no idea.
Scum Bunny.
Okay.
And which WKRP actor did Tommy Chong hate?
Howard Hessman. I know the answer to that one.
We interviewed, God, it's what, a couple of years. Was Tommy Chong a COVID interview?
Yeah, he was.
Because we couldn't get him off the phone either.
Yeah, it was like 5-6 years ago.
He told a great story about Howard Hessman.
He and Cheech, so Cheech and Chong, he said that in their early days, they got their material mainly from stealing it. They would go see shows, they'd see something funny, and they'd just redo it somewhere else.
They rip it off.
Yeah. And Howard Hessman was in this improv group called The Committee out in San Francisco. They were famous. And they did bits that Cheech and Chong stole. Howard Hessman hated Tommy Chong forever because of this. So much so that when they were on that 70s show together on an episode,
45 years later, whatever.
Wouldn't even speak to him.
Right, yeah.
Still absolutely pissed off.
Yeah. So that was their kind of Wordle.
It kind of was. Yes, exactly. All right. So would you call him a douche?
I bet they probably called each other.
Okay. It's time for another feature.
6 letters, douche.
Things people send us so we don't have to work.
So, kind of like Tommy Chong, this portion of the show is stuff people send us that we don't get ourselves. And we got a couple of really good ones this week. These are just quick little clips, okay, of comics. This first one,
1970s.
Wow.
A majestic era.
This one. It's about racism. Okay, here we go.
You know what's more terrifying than a racist cop? A racist lifeguard. A racist cop got to at least break a sweat, lie to somebody. A racist lifeguard just have to not notice you out there. And you dead. So ask yourselves, is it that black people can't swim? Or have we been the victims of a decades-long conspiracy by the aquatic wing of the Ku Klux Klan?
Pretty good.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Now, this one was sent to us. This one is about fishing. Okay. By the way, I don't know the name of that comedian. It doesn't say. It's from San Jose somewhere, so I want to give him credit. Okay. I'll get the name of this comedian.
Howard Hessman. Let's give him credit.
Here is another one that was sent to us about fishing.
Do you know the state of Illinois has high school fishing? They do. I'm not lying. It's a school sport like football or baseball. They're like, we're going to beat you guys in Friday night in fishing. Like, they have a state championship for fishing sanctioned, which means there's got to be fishing coaches. I'm going to guess they're similar to the coaches I had. Well, you boys embarrass yourselves out there on that lake today. Hey, he's got his hook caught in a tree. Jansen pulled a shoe out of the lake. And Martin, you couldn't catch a fish in the seafood department at the grocery store. If I was a fish, I'd feel safe around every one of you. All right, everybody. Hands in, fish on 3. If there's a high school fishing coach, somewhere out there, there is an assistant high school fishing coach, and I never wanted to meet somebody so bad in my life. Guys, we're going to have a tackle box inspection at 9 a.m., and you better have all your hooks, and you better have all your lures, or you're not going to get on that school bus. I can tell you that right now. Bobby Henderson, I found a half of a ham sandwich in your tackle box. That's not how a fisherman treats his equipment, son. You think Beck Winkleman has a half of a ham sandwich in his tackle box? You think Bill Dance has any kind of a sandwich in his tackle box? That's all I got, Coach. Back to you.
That's a funny one.
But there's like cheerleaders too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 9.5 minutes long. I've stopped.
Oh, did he talk about cheerleaders?
He did.
Oh, that's funny.
But thank you. That's the 800-pound gorilla media that provided that.
What is it? Do you know the comedian's name?
Doesn't say.
Okay,
doesn't say.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
Hey, we got a review, and this is from Shelley from NW. Could be Northwestern.
Okay.
I don't know. Could be Northwest Indiana. I don't know where Shelley's from. Love the way the hosts engage with their guests. Part snarky, part genuine, and always fun. And that is on Apple.
Okay. Part genuine. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time now for Studio Walls.
And the words of the prophets were written on the studio walls.
So this is the part of the show where we where we... Wow.
Okay. I'm sorry I called you a douche.
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine. Prick. This is the part of the show where we dip into the archives, and we're going to go all the way back, Dave. This is today on this 5/6/26 as we record this. It is exactly 10 years since we started the show.
Is it really?
Our first show ever was on this day in 2016.
Wow. Had a full head of hair.
Yeah.
Zest for life.
Yeah.
Ambition.
Yep.
Life hadn't kicked us in the stomach.
Yeah, so I'm going to play the first 2 minutes of our first show.
Oh, my God.
And because we're kind of introducing ourselves and what the concept of the show is, and see if we have lived up to what we were trying to do.
Did we already reach puberty at that point?
Yeah, we were in our 50s.
Okay, our voices have changed. All right.
All right, so here we go. The very beginning of the very first show of Minutia Men.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie production on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
Hello, I am Rick, and he is Dave.
Hello, everybody.
I'd like to read this description of our show from the Robert Feeder column, because I think it sums up exactly what people can expect. Are you ready for this, Dave?
Uh-huh.
Rick Kempfer, that's me, author, blogger, media critic, longtime Chicago radio producer, and publisher of Eckhart's Press, is adding podcaster to his credit. Starting May 5th, which is today, Kempfer and co-publisher Dave Stern will co-host Minutia Men, a weekly podcast for the Radio Misfits Network at radiomisfits.com, produced by Tony Lasano's Opie production. It'll feature Kempfer and Stern sharing stories and drawing on their vast treasures of worthless information.
Yeah, we've got, Rick, we are slated for 17,400 podcasts with all the worthless information that we have.
And to set the scene of who we are, where we're doing this show, first of all, we're not in the same room. Dave is at his house. I'm at my house. I'm sitting in my dining room. And I have a noisy dog. It can come in at any moment. The dog is a pit bull. And so when she barks, it sounds a little scary. Also, they're doing construction on my street in front of my house. They're tearing it all up. So if you hear construction noises, you're not hearing things. And then thirdly, my son Tommy is upstairs. He's 20 years old. He's a college
He's never
student.
left.
He's still up there. Right now we're doing this, taping this show at 11:45 a.m. He's not awake yet. But he can be coming in at any moment. You never know.
And as Rick has a noisy dog, I've got 3 noisy kids.
Really noisy.
They are so noisy, Rick, that O'Hare Airport calls and complains for the noise in our house. And they are at school, luckily right now, but in just nary a few weeks, they will not be at school. So I think our listeners will be treated to a lot of passive-aggressive fighting, I think. Don't you think?
I didn't even think of that. This summer is going to be a nightmare.
Well, they do have day camp for some of the time, so we'll just have to schedule the taping when they're
keep them busy,
gone.
Please. I'd appreciate that. Okay, there it is.
That kind of made me a little sad.
I know, me too.
Why weren't we in the same room? Did we
Remember
not have this?
You had like a microphone hookup, and then we discovered that your internet sucked, and it would drop out every single show.
And then we went,
and the show would be like, "Dave, are you there? You there, Dave? You there?"
And then COVID came, and that is a little sad. We talked about Ivy. My kids at daycare.
Ivy's dead. Our dog is dead.
The kids are one's out of college. Good thing we haven't aged.
Good thing.
Hey, I got one more story here.
But by the way, I think we've lived up to what we said we were going to do.
Oh, worthless information. Yeah.
We're still doing it.
So what did I say? 17,000 episodes?
Yeah. Well, this what are we on?
Like 500 or something?
Yeah, 400 something or other.
We're not going to hit 17,000. Although
you never know,
we could start tripling up.
No, we cannot.
So Johnny Knoxville, you know Johnny Knoxville, right?
Sure, of course.
He's the jackass dude, right?
Yeah.
So he was on this podcast. It's the How Did This Get Made podcast with Jason Mantzoukas, Paul Scheer, and Nicole Byer.
Okay.
Seems like very nice people. And he's talking about a bizarre Steven Seagal connection or observation. Somewhere in an office at Paramount, probably in the early 90s, the martial arts legend and action star sat behind a desk with a gun beside him. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah. Who knows why? According to Knoxville, a producer walked in and found Seagal weeping, like crying tears, like huge tears.
It's kind of hard to picture, isn't it?
And the producer's like, "What's going on? Are you okay? You know, can I make you a cheese sandwich or something?" Right? And then Seagal looked up, crying, literally tears flowing. Goes, I just read the most beautiful script of my life. Okay.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. And then naturally the producer goes, well, who wrote it? He did. Steven Seagal wrote it. Right.
Yeah.
So Johnny Knoxville goes on to say, kind of,
what a douche.
Yeah, exactly. He really is a douche. Now, I did some research, and I actually found a synopsis of what this manuscript was that Steven Seagal wrote. It was called Aikido of Tears. Is Aikido a martial arts thing?
I have no idea.
And this was never ever made, Seagal plays Jack Whisper Falcon, a former CIA operative, blues guitarist, Buddhist chef, environmentalist, oil rig firefighter, and part-time professor of Eastern justice. After his pet wolf is killed by corrupt rare earth mining billionaires.
That's the part that made him cry.
Right? Working with the Albanian mob, Falcon retreats to a monastery in Alaska where he communicates exclusively through cryptic whispers and slow nods. Seagal knows his acting skills here, right?
Wow.
The movie's emotional centerpiece comes when Falcon discovers a hidden floppy disk left behind by his late mentor, containing satellite codes, jazz recordings, and a poem about eagles. I'm not making this. Well, he made it up. The climax takes place aboard a stolen stealth blimp over the Arctic Circle, while Falcon whispers, "Justice is like snow, silent."
Jesus. Wow.
So,
and this never got made?
Right. So Steven Seagal, who we've tertiarily have interviewed.
Kind of like the Howard Hessman situation. Right. Yeah. We had Breaking Bad's Carmen Serrano on. And she played the principal in Breaking Bad.
She was great.
And she also did a movie with Steven Seagal. Right. I actually have that if you want to listen to part of it, because she tells a story about Steven Seagal.
Do you have it queued up?
I do.
Yeah.
They our director calls cut, and he says, "Okay, what's going on?" And Steven just blows up, and then he's talking about how it's not working and how this motherfucker, he says it about me. And, and how this mother, and she just went blah blah blah. And so the director, Don Fauntleroy, he says, "No," he said, "she gave it back to you. You were giving her this, and he got me, right? He understood me. He saw me." And so I'm standing there, and he's just losing his shit, and he gets up and he says, "This whole fucking production is like a monkey fucking a football." Now, I still, to this day...
Like a what?
A monkey fucking a football? Is that what?
Yes. To this day, I have no idea what that means.
I can't even picture it.
I have never heard that in my life, except for then, and I will never forget it, because it was
What
so
kind
bizarre.
of monkey? Did he specify what kind of monkey? Was it an orangutan? What kind of monkey?
I wish I would have stopped him and asked him, like, "Excuse me, sir?"
Okay, again, this story is way better than what I thought we were going to get.
I've got
we did not think number 7 was going to be the highlight of the interview, but this is awesome.
I hid like behind a doorway, and because I wanted to cry, right? And so like I went behind a doorway, and his longtime photographer, who was fantastic, he was such a nice guy, he is in there like editing photos, and he kind of, I guess I was whimpering a little, and he looks over at me and he goes, no. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, right? Like I'm just, he's throwing a fit and this huge tantrum, and he like leaves. And so then Don looks for me, comes over, and he grabs me by the hand, and he takes me out into a private room, and he says, "No, don't let him get to you. This is what he wants." And then he says to me, he's pissed that we hired you. And to be honest, that you didn't suck his dick. So here we go.
Oh, jeez.
And this is my first day on set.
Whoa! He seems like a great guy.
Oh my God!
He seems
well,
like
he's got emotions, because did you not? Did you not hear what he wrote?
Well, he's got anger. He's got douchebaggery. He's got all the emotions.
Wow.
Well, that's a great story. Woo! I have a story that's much more uplifting than that. This is a story about couples, loving couples. No. All right. The Huffington Post has a feature called Tweets from Couples. They kind of keep track of, people that say funny stuff.
Sure.
And they post it occasionally, and I check it out every few months or so, look for it. And I find these humorous because all wives think as highly of their husbands as our wives do. Yeah. And here are 3 wives tweets followed by 1 husband.
Okay.
All right. And I think you can kind of get a vibe for the general dynamic of men and women. All right. This one's from Sled Reynolds. My husband was showing me a slideshow that his phone made of old photos, and one was me sleeping with my side boob hanging out of my tank top. Straight to jail. All right. This one's from Kath M. Schmidt. I texted my husband FML. He responded, "What does that mean? Feel more lesbian?" By the way, I had to look it up. Do you know what that is?
It's fuck my life, right?
Yeah, I had no idea what that was. Here's another one. Kara Jorgensen. My husband out of nowhere. Do you ever wonder what a specific Muppet tastes like? No, I do not. And then this one.
Have you ever had frog legs?
Yes, I have.
It's all Kermit.
This one's from my husband. His name is Clinton. I don't know if it's that Clinton, but it's a Clinton. My wife and I were sitting on the porch drinking some whiskey last night. I said, "I love you." My wife replied, "Is that you talking or the whiskey?" I said, "That's me talking to the whiskey." That
there you go.
is a very typical relationship. All right, so we have another show. We played a little clip of it before from Carmen Serrano, but there's right now, if you go to find Minutia Men Celebrity
It's
Interview.
presidential.
Oh, it's very.
We found the guy. Well, Brandon found
connected.
The guy. Connected to several presidents.
At least 2.
By genetics.
Yeah. He's the great-grandson of Grover Cleveland. And he's also related to William McKinley. His name is Massey McKinley.
Right. It's a pretty fascinating interview.
Yeah, it is. There's you'd be surprised the different levels of stuff that these descendants talk about. And he's the president of that whole society of descendants or whatever they call it.
Which you and I are not.
We are not. No.
Who's your, other than the bird guy, who's your most famous ancestor?
Relative?
Yes, ancestor.
Probably Engelbert Kempfer.
That's the bird guy, right?
Well, he's more than a bird guy. He's an ornithologist, yes. But he also is into floral
He's a bird
history.
guy. He's a bird guy.
Whatever. All right, here we go.
Rick and Dave get email, electronic mail, in an electronic bag, or inbox. Rick and Dave email. Rick and Dave email.
Actually, Carlton Kempfer, if you go back, he is the inventor of the douchebag. And that is probably
oh my God! I should have never said anything about it.
No, it's fine. Whatever. Here's an email from Rick H.
I'm going to cheat on Wordle every day now.
Yeah, whatever.
And
how do you even cheat on Wordle?
No, you go and go. What's the word? I'm sure you could just go. What's the Wordle answer for today? And someone will have put it on there somewhere.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to do that. From Rick H. I read your publishing portal column. So people don't know, I post this every Monday. It's about what's going on with our publishing company.
You do a great job. Appreciate the effort.
I saw there was a link to a John Landecker, John Travolta appearance at Woodfield Mall. And I remembered hearing that at WLS 50 years ago or whenever it was. And it's actually literally 50 years ago today. But when I listened to it again today, I was blown away. That was amazing. You should play it on your podcasts.
Okay.
But I think that's a good idea, Rick H. But before we do, we'll do it as our audio of war today. We need to thank everybody who helps us put this show together.
Tony Lasano, thank you.
10 years, Tony.
Yes, he's been putting up with our
10
shenanigans.
years.
Yes, 10 years. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
You haven't aged a bit.
Ed Silla.
Yeah, he hasn't aged a bit.
10 years, Ed Silla.
Distributing to everybody who subscribes.
The Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Great Talk Radio isn't dead. It just moved to a better place.
10
years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. That's radiomisfits.com. And now it's time for our audio of war. This I found on John Landecker's page at WGN Radio. I'm actually interviewing him about this tomorrow for my media.
I've had him talk to my classes about this when I taught a social media class.
Yeah,
because students didn't they don't have kids these days.
Yeah,
they have no clue what radio, the power of what radio was.
I know
back then,
and you're going to hear it in this clip. Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's
like the Beatles.
He wrote about this in his book, Records Truly Is My Middle Name, which is an Eckhart's Press book. We released the audio version of this on a CD that came out shortly after that book. I'm pretty sure he's not going to mind if we replay it for you now. This goes back to 1976, and I think John sets the stage beautifully for this, so I don't need to do any more than...
And this was... Did they do this live on... Was this live on the air, or did he tape it and then...
He taped it and brought it back for the next day. Here we go.
What you are about to hear is all true. It is an actual event. No sound effects have been added. John Travolta, actor, singer, age 22, known for work on Broadway.
22.
Best known as Vinnie Barbarino on TV's Welcome Back, Kotter. John R. Landecker, Chicago radio personality, age 29. Known for work on Boogie Check. Best known for knowing John Travolta. Thursday, May 6th, 1976.
Wow, 50 years.
Travolta and Landecker were scheduled for a personal appearance at the Woodfield Mall, Schaumburg, Illinois. 3,000 to 4,000 people were expected. Over 20,000 showed up. It was a wet, rainy afternoon as an unmarked police car approached the appearance site. Inside the patrol car, Travolta and Landecker were being briefed by the head of Woodfield Security. Landecker turned on his tape recorder.
It's well planned. If we have to move you out, I mean, if you have to leave the stage earlier than anticipated.
Mm-hmm. Unit 2 to Central.
Well, we've got 20 guys around you. Okay.
We're on the way to the mall right now.
We are currently in the security for the Woodfield Mall, heading towards the appearance of John Travolta in the main mall. What is it like?
Like regarding the president.
Am I returning in the same car?
You're returning the same car.
So I can leave everything here?
Don't worry about anything. We'll just worry about you.
I'm not going to leave the car at all.
Okay, we follow you, right?
You follow us.
What do you think, John?
Sorry, John.
Who's the guy on,
what?
That guy in the 50s that had the cop shows. All the cop shows.
Roderick Crawford?
No. He produced them in...
Dragnet, Jack Webb.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah. All right, now, somewhat of a wedge for uniform guys. We'll surround them, okay? All right. 2 guys in back of them.
Okay. Got a wall? No wall.
This is really it.
This is really it.
Yes, it is.
Good luck, John.
Same to you, John. Good luck.
All right, uniform guys out first. 2 guys in back, one guy on each side of them.
Here we go into the mall. We're heading into the mall with Vinnie Barbarino, and we'll see what happens. We're heading towards... We're heading towards the main area of the mall. We're surrounded by police. And as you can hear, the crowd has made eye contact. All right, here we go. Look out.
Watch the steps. Watch the steps. Watch the steps. My gun. Hold it. My gun's coming out. Don't drop it.
Well, we made it to the Woodfield Mall. Vinnie Barbarino at the Woodfield Mall, ladies and gentlemen, on WLS. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's all going down. Every space has been taken up, and there's hardly any room to move. You know, I don't know what it is that we're really going to do here, except stare at each other.
Well, here I am, sitting in the middle of a lot of fans, people. Seems real nice. I feel like the president. That's really nice. I'm glad everybody showed up. I didn't think anyone would be here.
I want to tell you right now that all of you are being recorded on this little tape recorder here. And all of you will be on the air tonight between 8 and 9. I want you to say hello to Vinnie
Wow. Wow.
Is that amazing?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like Beatles-esque.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we have people to thank. We've already thanked them. You know what? Let's thank them again. Okay. Tony, Ed, love you.
10 years.
10 years.
And Brandon for
Brandon Herman, who scored us many of our guests over that 10-year period.
I want to thank you too. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the whole Wordle thing.
The douchebag thing. Yeah, I'll never forget it. That's fine. But we have to say goodbye.
Okay.
And one of the things that I like to do when we say goodbye.
Did you write a poem for me?
I did. I was gonna wax philosophical about how much I loved you, but I'm not.
Was it like like Steven Seagal's poem about the eagle or whatever it was?
Right. You'd be weeping right now, but I'm not going to read that to you because of the douchebag comment. So we'll be back again, maybe someday, with another episode of
Minutia Man.
The proceeding was a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Find our other great shows on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at RadioMisfits.com. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
Hello?
Oh, God.
Okay, gotcha. Dave?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? David?
You there?
David?
Hello? Are you there?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear? Yeah, I can hear you now. You know what? I'm going to take my headphones off. How does this sound?
Okay.
Tony Lasano Podcast, an Opie production on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network.
RadioMisfits.com.
6 letters, douche.